dice. I've always found them oddly fascinating, frankly, ever since I was a kid. What you are seeing on the screen right now are actually pretty much the first dice that I ever remember owning, and I used them avidly into my late teens and on into college. They were like a central component of any role I had to make in any game, no matter what that game was. As long as that role involved some d6s, I'd add what I needed or I'd take something away, but these little things were my dice. I'm now 44 years old, and they are likely as old as I am. I have zero idea where I originally got them, probably from a random board game, and they always just felt lucky and dependable and trustworthy to me. When my channel started to blow up a bit, I guess, I realized that life had offered me a potential cool thing. Cool things are odd scenarios that live in the back of your mind and you barely even realize that you have that little dream humming along. But sometimes life just works out strangely and you get to experience something odd. Having my own dice was one such dream. Look, it takes a certain type of mindset to think that, but that's just the way my brain works. Not dice I bought, but dice that I designed and that were made by people who were very, very good at making just such things. So here you have Scanners 666, the dice that I designed and that have been produced by the good folks over at Baron of Dice. I wanted something that would appeal to like the metal-loving teenager who was rolling those first dice every weekend, and I wanted something that would work thematically for Trench Crusade and also any other game played by anyone with a similar sense of humor to me. It's interesting now because I wasn't thinking about the first dice that I ever owned when I sat down and designed these things with Steve from Baron of Dice, but the bone and the black recalls the discoloration of those original dice and the shock of red number popping off the table or out of the bottom of your dice rolling box, I guess. However you play, look, do your thing. The 666 is really just a funny nod to Nefarious Fallen Angels, which is perfect for Trench Crusade, but the design is in the shape of a triskelion, which is a prominent symbol of Celtic paganism that would go on to represent the Holy Trinity for early Irish Christians. Look, you know I like to cover my bases in my videos, and this is no different. I'm appealing to all ends of the theological spectrum here. They are simple dice, and you roll them while you are playing games, but they represent a lot, especially to me. No matter who you are, what game you play, or what you believe, you'll be rolling dice because you love to play war games. You might not think about it, but those dice represent the moment where you just gotta let shit go. You've watched your opponent, you've run the numbers, you've measured the distances, you've worked the odds, and you've probably hedged your bets. You'll have built in degrees of safety in case the dice don't go your way. But ultimately, rolling those dice means learning to let go. You did what you could, and now you are at their mercy. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this with Baron of Dice was after talking to Stephen, the owner, I just really believed the dude that they gave a shit about their products. I could tell that quality control was just massively important to him, and he wanted me to have creative freedom, but he also wanted to make sure that I was designing a smart and clever product, something that people might actually like, and something that he could produce to his usual high standards. I dislike dice that feel awkward to roll, and I think everyone who games knows what I mean when I say that. It sounds like I'm nitpicking, but I'm not. Some dice are too big, some are too small, some are too light, some are too heavy. Baron of Dice, in my opinion, make perfect dice, and I'm very proud to have designed these dice with them. Now, I would love for you to go and buy these dice. I really would. It would make me feel fantastic. It would give me a big old case of the warm and wigglies. But as always, I want you to do what you want to do. As such, from November 5th for a limited time, and I don't know when that time ends, so jump on it now if you've got the cash. You can use the code BARON20 on the Baron of Dice store to get 20% off your order. You don't have to buy my dice. You use the code. Just go use the code. Buy these dice, they're lovely. It's nearly Christmas time. It's nearly time to pick up some gifts for folks. Any dice head you know is going to be supremely happy with Baron of Dice dice. So look, huge thank you to the folks over at Baron of Dice, especially to Steve, who has been extremely understanding of me getting to this video much later than I intended. It has just been a trying year for me. So this kind of fell off my radar and just came back onto it. So the timing worked out pretty well anyway, because we can jump in on this sale. So look, that's it for this video. It's a short one. It's an unusual one. I'm just really chuffed that I have my own dice. I feel kind of weird about it. So go buy them. Thank you so much for watching, folks. And thank you so much to Baron of Dice. You guys are awesome.